So I haven't done a video log in a while. And it's for I have a few reasons. I was busy getting called out to do stuff, and this camera, which I just bought like a month or two ago, you know, the clone, has already started to have poor battery performance. I don't know how well it's going to work for this. I mean, this is a short trip for me. We'll see. And I was kind of looking for a good place to put my camera, because every time I took video it was always pointing down. I hope that this isn't pointing down. It doesn't look like it will be, but I won't know till I get home. So I've been really busy on call and getting called out to do things. And after this last birth, I decided I was going to do something nice for myself. And it was either get a new helmet or get a new camera. Because the helmet I have is okay. It's not great. It's not like a really fancy Snell helmet or anything like that. No ECE helmet. So I was just, you know, I just picked up a helmet wherever, because I figured some protection was still better than no protection. But I think that ultimately I'll probably get a new helmet next season, because next season is I'm gonna be, in theory, going to go try to ride Tail of the Dragon, that sort of stuff. And I'd like to have not only a better helmet but better pants, like padded pants. I could just see myself like, I'll be fine. I don't need a helmet, or I don't need padded pants. And then I hit, you know, like the third or fourth turn, and I end up nailing the pavement and wishing I had those pants. So I decided this camera, I got it because I needed basically to test the theory that I could fit a camera this size in my helmet and it would work well. Well, now it's time to actually get the MD80. So I have an MD80 on the way, and maybe next time I do my video log I'll actually use the MD80 and it'll sound better. And another reason I haven't been video logging is that my beautiful, gorgeous, pain in the ass motorcycle that I am currently riding was making a terrible noise. I went out to do a ride about 20 miles out of town, and when I got to where I was going, I noticed that it was making this terrible sound. It sounded like chunk 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 chunk. So I was like thinking the worst, you know, like I was gonna need a new engine or something like that. And first I thought it was the valves, so when I got home I checked the valve, or not when I got home, I went to bed, but the next day, like, checked the valve clearance on the heads, and because that's exactly where it was sounding like. It sounded kind of like it was starved for oil, but at the same time there was a rattle. It was just heinous. And well, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the noise. And I was using a stethoscope, and I couldn't, like, there was just too much noise. I could hear too much. So I got out a screwdriver instead, and just started putting the screwdriver where I thought the noise was coming from, and I found it. It was coming out of the right crankcase. As it turns out, my starter clutch, the bolts on the starter clutch, 2 out of the 3 had moved out and were scraping on the crankcase, so that was awesome. And probably what it was doing was the drag, not just the scrape, but the drag was causing the oil pump to work but not work efficiently. So yeah, the heads were sounding starved for oil because they kind of were. But man, I was like, before I discovered that I was for a loss, I was like checking the carburetors. I needed to clean the carburetors out anyway. Just checking everything. You know, like I think I dumped about a cup of seafoam in the thing, and just no luck, you know. So today I got to ride it for the first time since Sunday. First time without a rattle since Sunday. Man, I was riding it really easy, and still I'm kind of riding it easy because the oil I have in it is not the normal kind of oil I put in, because I figured I was going to be changing it pretty soon, and I will, because whenever I opened up the crankcase, I disturbed the crankcase cover seal, or the gasket, so I'm going to have to replace that pretty soon. Right now it's being held on by some happy thoughts and some grease, really. You know, I just rehydrated that gasket and then put it back on and hope for the best. And I haven't had a leak yet, but I figure if I use it a little bit, I'll start dumping oil, and that'll be fine. I got to spend a goodly amount of time, sort of me time, with the scooter while the motorcycle was kind of broken, and that was good, although the battery's dying on it, which just like it added insult to injury for me, because here I was with a busted motorcycle and then a scooter that I had to kickstart. It's like, man, nothing works. But yeah. It's a nice cool days lately. It's Labor Day week, if there is such a thing. It's like Labor Day was Monday, today is Wednesday. I think today's Wednesday. It's one of those weeks where everything just kind of bleeds together. I'm pretty sure today's Wednesday because I was out doing stuff that I was supposed to do on Wednesday earlier today. So that's usually a good sign, right? Unless I'm one day late. Uh-oh. Here's a popo!